My name is Peter the Great. I was born in Moscow, Russia on June 9th, 1672. I took the throne at age 10. I am part of the Romanovs. I am a distant relative of Ivan the Terrible.
Some of the most major events during my reign were probably bringing Western Europe to Russia, also known as Westernization. This event was probably my most notable one. You see, I embarked on a tour of Western Europe known as the European Tour, with me and my group of people known as the Grand Embassy, traveling in disguise all across Western Europe nations, seeking aid and alliance from Western European monarchs to help fight against the Grand Ottoman Empire. As we traveled, I started to learn more about Western European life and their advances in society, which are far greater than ours. So I decided to take these ideas, seeing that I had an opportunity to bring Russia back to being a superpower nation. Of course, this was a problem that occurred outside of the country that needed to be dealt with, as I realized that we, Russia, would not be able to defend or protect ourselves from these more advanced European nations. Luckily, Westernization was put into place, and it made Russia an advance in society. We even received our first navy due to my idea of Westernization. Another major event during my reign was me reforming the Russian Orthodox Church. I reformed the church, for it was very rich in wealth, which I wanted to have. It owned huge amounts of land and serfs, which appeared to rival my own possessions, and I refused to advance in society. I then used this to show my divine right of power and showed everyone in my nation that I was godlike and that they should be all loyal to me and to the crown. Me reforming the church sort of put Russia into an atheist stage of religion. My last major event of mine was me creating the great port city of St. Petersburg, of course named after me. This port city helped solve a huge problem inside the country. You see, Russia was unable to connect to Western Europe by sea, and we needed a port city to build our navy. So during the Northern War with Sweden, we managed to capture some of their lands that included an island called Harris Island, and it was here that I decided to build my fort of St. Petersburg, which will later turn into a port city to protect my newly conquered land. The outcome of us building St. Petersburg is that now Russia can build its navy, and we are finally connected to the great Western Europe. In fact, let me give you a quote of mine, for it says, "Destiny may ride with us today, but there is no reason for it to interfere with lunch." Of course, the significance of this quote is it is emphasizing on the importance of lunch for me. You see, it shows that even though you have destiny to acquire, you should never starve yourself before that destiny of yours. I know it sounds a little weird, but it makes sense for me. Besides, I was big and taller than 6 feet. I needed my food in order to be successful. I find this quote mostly relates to my major event of Westernization, for it showed that I knew destiny for Russia was with Westernization, but I guess it had to wait, for I was very hungry on that day. St. Petersburg was not the only problem that I had inside the country. Unfortunately for me, I taxed heavily on citizens to supply my funds for Westernization. The outcome did not turn out so good, with it having aggravated peasants and serfs, and even some riots occurring out through the country. Though without the taxes, I wouldn't have been able to make Westernization as efficient as it was. I am afraid we have reached the end of my autobiography, though I want you to remember my greatest achievements and legacy before you leave. Hello, my name is Peter the Great. I brought Russia from an isolated nation into a great advanced European nation that rivaled other European empires, and I brought Russia to its rightful glory, all through the idea of Westernization. Thank you for watching.